So on our last episode, we ended at user inputs in Python. So we're basically going to continue with another different chapter. So we're going to continue with formatted string and string type. So what are strings? Strings are a series of texts in Python which are combined together to form a particular word. So in this formatted string, we're going to learn how to edit strings in Python, and we're also going to, in a string method, we're also going to learn how to call a particular string in an index. So that's what we're going to learn under this new topic, strings. So moving on to the new topic, formatted string, we're just going to go on to coding Python. So basically I'm just going to do some few exercises as we mentioned earlier. I'm just going to cut this out. So I'm going to start with a new project. So under the formatted string, as we started, we're going to start with strings, like how to call a particular string. So we're just going to I'm going to call this course equal to, we're going to write a string of text, Python code, close parenthesis. Then now, the first example that we're going to talk about is how to call a particular index in a string. To do that, you just have to write printf, print course, then now curly braces, not curly braces, index 0. So forget to close our bracket, then now print. So basically what the code does is it prints the value p in a string of text found in course. This is course. The string of text found in course is Python code. So to start counting like this, print course bracket 0. So the index in Python, it basically start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it basically start from 0. So if you want to take a index of 0 in the word Python code, we're going to have an output of p, that is the beginning of the string. So as we said, we had the value p, so that's how to call a particular index in Python. So you can see changes if you want to call a particular index, like let's say 1. So our output here is going to be y. Okay, so now as we said earlier, example, like we want to put a negative index. So basically a negative index is going to start from the end of the string. So let me show you an example. -1. So the output, basically the output here is going to be e, if I'm correct. So that's how the negative index functions. So the next one I'm going to be talking about is the ratio, like when you want to print a particular text between a particular index and another. So I'm just going to show an example. We're going to start from 0 to 3. So basically what our program is going to print here is it's going to start from the index of 0, and it's going to print out all the numbers right up to 2. It's not going to print the number at index 3. So it's just going to print from 0 to 2, not from 0 to 3. So the 3 index will be excluded. So we're going to basically have pi. We're just going to have pi. It's a minute. So moving on to the next, which is string method. So in this string method, we're going to start with the len function. The len function basically counts the number of characters in a string. So the len function basically counts the number of characters in a string. So I'm just going to show an example right now. Len braces curly parenthesis, no parenthesis please, cos, close our bracket, then close our bracket, print. So I'm having so basically the error is, so these Python functions are case sensitive, so I wrote L with a capital letter, which I was supposed to write with a small letter. So as you can see, the program is okay. So there are basically 11 characters in the word Python code. So moving on to the next string methods, we're going to go to cos.upper. Like we're going to print out Python code. We're going to print out Python code in uppercase letters. So we're going to just cancel this. I'm going to write printf cos.upper cos.upper. So that's it. So we're going to run. So we're going to see Python in uppercase. So to make this in lowercase, you just write cos.lower, cos.lower, lower Python code, all in lowercase letter. So moving on to the next, we're going to go to find. This code basically is going to find the value of a particular character in a string. So we're going to write out the find function by cos dot find curly braces. So we're going to find the letter P in Python coding. P in Python coding. Run. Basically an error. Okay, so the error is we're supposed to put parentheses, single parentheses between this letter P, and we're going to just run it. So as we said, Python start from index 0 when counting characters. As you can see, Python, so I started from, like, the program start counting letters from the index of 0 going right up to the end. So the index of P in this string of text is 0. Move on to the next, which is the replace. So basically what it does, it replace a particular string. It can replace a character or a string in Python. So let me show you. Replace this bracket. We're going to replace the word Python. So as you said, parentheses with the word comma brackets absolutes parentheses close our brackets and run. So having it. So basically what we're supposed to do is to replace this parenthesis. We're having two parentheses here, so I've removed the parentheses. This is the format when you want to replace a particular text or a string in Python. So what we're going to we'll be having now is absolute code as our output, absolute code. So the program runs successfully. So one thing to note about when dealing with string method is when you're trying to declare a particular string, note that Python is case sensitive. You cannot find letter capital P and write small p. So you're basically going to have an error in your code. So note that Python is case sensitive.